Hi, this is Ferdinand the Cardboard Stacker. In this video, I'll be taking a look at The Wizard Always Wins. So put on your pointy hat and let's see what this magical game has to offer. The goal of the game is to draw a gem of your color out of the bag and of course, having select the wizard to do so. However, you start as a very weak powered wizard at level 1 and are only able to draw one token from the bag of fate, which is filled with many magical resources and even other players' gems. In order to increase the chances to win and gain better odds, each turn a player selects one of the 7 characters to help them. Player order is determined by the previous round or randomly on the first. On a turn, a player must select one of the available characters to put in front of them and do their actions instructed on the card. Many of the characters have you draw cards or tokens from the bag. When drawing a card, it will show resources that can be traded for special effects. However, these cards can only be used when they're played on the table. Resources can also be gathered from the bag of fate as tokens, and these can be used right away. There are 5 different resources, and trading a number of the same type will give the player a special effect. 6 bones can make you go up 2 levels, helping you draw more gems, or 8 potions let you add 2 of your gems to the bag. Most of the characters have you draw cards, tokens from the bag, and play cards to put down as resources. Some have special effects, like the trader that swaps out or tokens from other players, and the apprentice lets you draw a number of tokens based on your level. When drawing tokens, and as long as the wizard is not involved, you may find special tokens which let you add a gem to the bag or even level up. You can keep any resource you find, but must return anything else back, including all players' gems and special tokens. Once all the players have taken a character, the turn order is rearranged with the player who has the lower value character going first next round, then the second lowest, and so on. As the bag filters out with resources, more gems are added, and players' level are increased. At the right moment, someone will select a wizard, draw their gem, and win. Alright, let's move on and talk about the presentation of The Wizard Always Win. So, what do I think? Well, I think it's overproduced, but I do mean that in a good way. I believe this game could have been a bit smaller with smaller components out there, but I think they kind of enlarge it and kind of like now it's more extravagant. I mean, these the dials are really nice. They're nice and sturdy. They come pre-assembled too, so you don't have to put them together. That's just always one of the things that are annoying when you're putting dials together. So there you go. We got really tactile playing pieces. These are really thick, nice, fully colored. The character tiles. Let's see. Also like to point out that, I don't know, this is one of the things that just get me, that if the insert is decorated like this with art, I mean, it just makes me a little happier because they actually took the time to actually put on art in the insert. But that's well, let's talk about the insert anyway. Very simple. It doesn't need to be any better than this, but it's practical and it's there. So there you go. 1 minute explaining what I like about a box insert. Comes with a bag. Nice bag. It's there. It's just there for the functionality of the bag. The ones I do not care for enough, and this is another thing about Big G Creative, is that the card quality is not very good. Yes, it's linen finish and stuff, but it just feels very flimsy and cheap. I also like to point out the art's very good too. It's bright, vibrant, and I think it fits the overall aesthetics of the game. Let's go ahead and move on to gameplay. It's a simple action selection game, really. You just have a choice of 7 characters in here. They all do something very simple. There's nothing really like beyond that. It's just you either draw cards, you play cards, or you go for the win with the wizard. So wizard, it's a very important piece of the game. Yes, you can take a dive with it and trying to pull out your gem in there, but it'll also make you last in the turn. The other thing is I do like how the bag is in the game. The bag of fate is that you can put gems in there. You can kind of like pull tokens in the game. Just as the game goes on, you can pull tokens out, resources, so it's not as saturated later on in the game. So you can put more gems. You can also raise your level. So really, I think it's important to put more gems in the bag. That's how I feel. Putting your level up is good. It's a good thing, but level up will also help you get more resources as well, depending what kind of character you select. And my favorite part of the game, and this is just anyone playing with in my group, is that it's just just at least put a gem in the bag, and then hopefully just take the wizard and try to pull it out. I think yes, it can end early, but the game is short enough as it is. But it's like, oh, pull a gem, come on, just go there. Oh, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'll try again later if somebody doesn't win. So, I mean, you can just keep pulling the wizard if you just have your gem in there. It's kind of fun because like you can always pull any number of tokens in there and then pull everyone else's gems, and just yours is just sitting in there somewhere. So that's really the most fun of it, is trying to hopefully get that chance to pull out your gem. Some negative things I will say is that it's a little fiddly. For the game goes lightning. I mean, it's lightning fast. You just select, you do your thing. It's almost, you don't have to think about it. You just think about what character you just have to take. But the thing that leads is to what the turn order is after that. Now, the things I didn't like about it, I think the turns are just, no, not the turns itself, but the whole over structural thing of the turns is a little fiddly. Yes, you when you're picking up character cards, that determines your next turn. So a more powerful ability like the wizard or the hunter will make you go a little later in turn, while the lower, weaker cards might make you go first to your turn. I mean, that's not the problem. The problem is that it's just the turns are just very quickly, and there's nothing going around it. It's just like, who's first now? Who's first? Let's switch the gems on the track. So usually when we're getting into it, we may not even use the track anymore. We're just like, oh, we know where to go, especially with a lower count player game. I know some people will not like the luck of the bag in here, drawing your tokens. That's something to think of. I mean, I don't think it's a problem in our group, but I can see some people, I know some people that would not like to just end the game in like the second round. And this last one I'm talking about it's more of me, but it's not even the game company's problem. It's just, I just wish there was a bit more variety in the game. I mean, yes, you have 7 characters, but I feel like there's things that you can do more with this game instead of just like this flat game of just picking characters. I mean, the character tiles themselves have 2 sides, but the sides are the same, so they could have like a B side in some of these things. But it is what it is. But I will take in my account of my review not to do that. But that's something I just want to point out. So just for some of my other remarks, I would suggest to focus on just having at least 1 gem in the bag. That's all you have to do, and that's the only way that certain that you can win. If there's no gem in the bag, that means that's 0 percentage of winning. So having a gem in the bag is a good thing. You mean you may be even losing at the end, but if you have an opportunity right before that person that you know is going to win, you can just dive in, get to just pick out the wizard right away, and hopefully that you can pull that 1 gem in there and be lucky. The only character in the game, the trader, is probably the one that only have some teeth. I mean, that's not even teeth in it, but it is an attack on other players. So but it doesn't really hurt because it is a trader. I mean, if you see the art of the trader, there you go. Here he is. I mean, he looks sinister because it's a sinister card. It doesn't hurt much because it is trading. You're just swapping resources, but the thing is, you can have tokens in your possession, and you can trade it with somebody with a card that has 3 in it. So I think almost all of the resources from the bag as tokens only come as singletons, and then for the cards themselves, they even have 2 or even 3 resources on them. So so that's something to do. You can be really mean, like, oh, haha, look, I took 3 snails from you, and you can get my 1 potion. So there you go. Now, one of the things that is very interesting is that the price point of the game itself, and it's $25, and I think $25 in the US, of course, is a pretty good price for a game like this. Yes, it has very good components, the very tactile nature of this, and the box is pretty. I mean, this feels like almost like something where I would pay either $30 or maybe $35. But $25 I think is a deal for this game. And the last thing And let's talk about player count. I think the modulation between 3, 4, 5, there isn't any, I don't think any major changes in the game. You just play how it is that I don't think it matters much. I think the character cards are pretty well balanced of what you're going to choose. Yes, you have weaker ones, but you're always going to get that better opportunity next round. And I always feel that there is going to be always a next round anyway. Yes, the more powerful abilities are there. They're more deeper into, but they're slower, but more powerful. But you can see that. So, I mean, I think it's well balanced between all player counts. So having said all that, I think the Wizard Always Win is going to get my impressive rating. Okay, so fantastic little game, great price at it, and I hope you also enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos on board and card games. This is the Cardboard Stacker, and remember to keep on stacking games.